Hi, this is Taylor Maples, and I am going to be discussing my interdisciplinary paper that we just completed. I'm obviously an interdisciplinary student, and my area of emphasis is business. My minors also include interior design and space planning. And the topic of my research paper was absenteeism in the construction industry. And I'm just going to go over the questions that we need to answer. So that is my introduction. And then how is the topic relevant to your area of emphasis? Well, the relevance would involve the areas of business management and entrepreneurship, which is what I will be doing. I'll be working for myself. And also, the construction side of it is also related to my minor, which is interior design. And the next question, why is it important to you? Well, specifically, this is for future reference for myself, because on construction projects, my income and my company will be at stake. So I want to ensure that my employees are on site and getting things done in a timely manner so that I don't have extra costs incurred on me. Okay, what problem does your paper address and why is this problem important? So like I said, the topic of my paper is absenteeism, and really it focuses on on-site construction workers, not really people in the office. And why is this problem important? Construction is, it's a practice that's been around before, recorded history. We're always going to need construction so that we can grow and develop. And I did put, this is an industry that grows our communities and our economies, so that's a very good reason why it would be important. Okay, so discuss the disciplines relevant to your problem. So the first discipline that I researched for this problem was psychology. And that is going to focus on the individual employee that is absent, and look at things that affect them on an individual level that produce that absenteeism behavior. And then I also discussed sociology, which is the group behavior. So social influences from their crew and their management that also influence them on being absent. Okay, so next is, why are these disciplines included in your paper? And to me, absenteeism is a behavior in which someone goes through a mental process to decide to be absent. And, there are two sides to the problem for me. There's the individual side, and then there's the group side that influences that. Okay, discuss the key insights offered by each discipline. How are the insights offered between discipline A different from the insights of discipline B? And on this, I'm going to kind of refer to my analysis that we did in our paper. Okay, so first I'm going to discuss the sociology side and their insights. So one group of authors that I researched, their perspective on this issue was that construction absenteeism is influenced heavily by work site social norms within teams and labor controls in management. So like I said, they're going to be influenced to be absent from their crew. And the next group is also from the sociology side, and they say that construction absenteeism has a multitude of work environment related factors like interpersonal relationships, which would be employee to employee, and working conditions. So that would be the environment that management can't control. Okay, the next one is going to be psychology, and this group of authors highlighted that construction is greatly impacted by the individual's work-life balance that can be improved through solutions like a compressed work week. So when they say work-life balance, they mean their individual lives outside of work with their family and friends and things like that that influence their personal lives. And this particular study focused on just how demanding construction is, and how they work more than the average 40 hours a week, and that's very demanding, and it takes away from their time at home, which can put pressures on that side of their life and end up making them want to miss work. So what they did in that study was look at a company that had a compressed work week, which was only 5 days a week, and that was one of the solutions that they came up with for absenteeism. Okay, so the next psychology influence, or the next study said that construction absenteeism is related to work-life balance and personal job satisfaction. So this one kind of went over that if we can find a solution in a work-life balance that is going to create more job satisfaction, which is going to produce a larger commitment to the company, and they're going to be less likely to be absent. So, okay, and then one more psychology perspective or insight. They said that construction absenteeism has a potential solution in job resources, which are physical, social, or organizational aspects of the job that reduce the psychological and physiological cost of work. So these are going to be programs that management can put into play that are going to create organizational trust and more commitment to the company. So let's go back to the question, because I know there was another piece of it. How are the insights offered? How are they different? Well, I mean, overall, psychology and sociology are different in that psychology studies the individual and the mental process that they go through as an individual, and then sociology studies group behavior and how we interact in groups and how we're influenced by the people around us. So those would be definitely, and you can see that in their perspectives and their assumptions, that that's really all they focus on, and that can become a limitation, obviously, because more than likely you do have influences from both sides. Like, you don't just have one factor contributing to absenteeism, you have both. So, and we found that through the studies. Okay, discuss the way an interdisciplinary approach to examining this problem enriched your understanding of it. And I kind of went over this in my reflection of the paper. But a common theme in the studies was that was more than one issue, like I just said. So for example, they're having issues at home with like a separation in their marriage or something like that. And then they also go to work and have a poor culture in their crew. So both of those together are going to have a very great impact on their absenteeism and wanting to miss work. Okay, so next, what did you learn about this problem by examining it through two disciplinary lenses? Okay, and I answered that with different levels that an employee is challenged with. There are two levels. There is an at-home level and there is an on-site level. That home level is going to be more of the psychological level, and the on-site level is going to be more of the social. So both can be influenced in a positive or detrimental manner when it comes to absenteeism. Discuss the way your understanding would be more limited had you examined it only through one disciplinary lens. And I answered that with so I've got Christmas music in the back. There is still potential for absenteeism. Okay, I put if you do only improve one aspect, like if you only improve the social aspect through management, or if you only improve the individual aspect, you're still going to have potential for absenteeism because of the other side. So for example, if you fix your work-life balance, you could still possibly have interpersonal relationship problems in your crew, and you could still possibly have people not come into work. Okay, so to ensure management the issue is resolved, both sides need to be investigated and improved. So if they are having a great deal of absenteeism in their crew, or just from an individual in particular, when they're investigating and sitting down with that employee, they need to know both sides so that they can properly assess the problem. So that is my conclusion to this reflection. And this is the last class of my semester that I completed, so I can finally start enjoying Christmas and everything. So thank you for a good semester. Thank you for working with me with my late assignments and everything. I know that's not something you should have to deal with, but I am just not great at time management, but when it comes time to get it done, I will get it done. So thank you for allowing me to do that, and have a Merry Christmas.